de di kan a eye Otumfuo Osei Tutu otoso mienu one na hemfo ebo anan aba no mo aba be sra posi adwumakuo no ni abema ene nana eba ye nsrahwe ye nyina ye ni age ya hohoahoa ene ye monkomo ewo nana ensra ya
odi kan akane nyina Otumfuo Osei Tutu otekokoso asantema wura ohwe ne nsrahwa one nana no matena kwanya wa asantema mu enyina ebo anan ede aba crime popone mountain mu na wansrahwe nyina na wanante se nyina ne se oba na wabesra process ahene ye wura Christian tete yo ne ba profo eda no ena fesu process adwumakuo no nyina na je se ya ho ho kese firi se ya abakosem a ebi mada eti ene je sem kese pa bi ni aba
irase mi ni aba ma na ye hwe enne nsrahwe yi mu ya abakosem se de edi kan aka no na ye kwa abakosem a ye hwe enko enkita ho a eda process adwumakuo no ene ahemfo entem kame aba ne se na se mbra no police ene ya ahemfo yi edi nkita ho pa ya afi atwamu ye kai amfi efi a atwatwa mu kona brano yetimu se post ye mpanifo a ye post sahene Mr. Christian tete yo nu eda no na panfo omo brano omo ekwa ahefo ho ye nana enne ye gina akwa abaye wa ha ye opemso Otumfuo Osei Tutu ototo binu a oba ye he ono so edimu akotene ene ye monkomo
no kwasem se abakosem we ya de ehunye ye kese firi se ye ka bambo sem a eye nkabom adwumadie a enye obakofo ene wodie enti prosin kwant min ni se adwuma no age se ye ne wone aka bi ewom te se ye nananom nyina ekabom ansa na prosin adwuma kwa baba na nananam hodada wodi wondwuma ehwe masumdie ne perepere ye eba enti prosin eba beboae se nananom dwumadie a wodi se dada perepere ye ne asumdie beba no ebedi mu enti enya de ya prosin betime di se adwuma no ama edi mu a ye beyi nananom ede ese nkyai enti abakosem mu no ehu hia ye se obia na ohene bia baba na se process ahene bia obaba bia no wode nananam ntembego process adwumakuo no mantama hudo no nso wone da no nyina nso wone nananam entam kita hudi ebe koso kese na etumi aboa ama wotumi aboa ama yetumi ahwe ama bambo sem na asumdwesem akoso wo man momini aba
kirase mini abema eka bambo ho sama na mede bi beto so na wonim se enne eye nsrahwe a ye nya na enne free Otumfuo Osei Tutu otoso mienu hoi eni di se wo mu se enne eye posi mpota mu mantem ahodo no panifo a ededa no nyina aba abepie mu ha ahemfo akukudam enso so aba abepie mu ha ye nya ye de odo ebo odo mu ye de ba ko ye aka bom ahwe ye nana kwan ne ma na akwa aba police atena ye kese mu eha
no kwasem se ehu hia se ye wuranom process panifo ahodo a eda mantam ahodo no dodo no na so wonyina ewa ha ne sa ne se wohwa santemantam na eso kese pa enti santemantam na ankasa no oba process adwumakuo no mantam mu nkyekemu ha emu dodo no a ewo process adwuma no anase process adwumakuo no mantam mu nkyekemu ahodo na ewom no dodo no a wa santemantam mu enti sa Otumfuo abanan no wo ba ha no ma ene ne hu hia se ye nua no ma na se papa no ma process fo mpanimfo a eda sa mantam ahodo no nyina baba no abeboa ne ye dia ma nana akwaba ene na tena nkonya nyina akwaba na ofe ama nkitamudi a eda wone nananam entem ewo mantam ho ene empo asanteman entem no ebetuma hyeke na pa enta wo hia se wo nyina ede ba aha menu aba
kirase mini abema na ye hwe ne ye di kan ye hu dada no se wo hwe se ne a nananom eba na yenim se eye Otumfuo otoso Osei Tutu otoso mienu onya emedru ye de na emom nananom bi edi kan aba na se ne omo ba wo hwe se ne engineer esi ehimugu na agorogu akwamu na tese kete ne adro ye di agora na eye ahohoaho se me so me ya asanteni na enne eye me manhene eye Otumfuo asantemawura wote kokoso Otumfuo Osei Tutu a otoso mienu aba police atena mkese he ya oba ye nsra esa ya ahohoaho a wuso ye posini abakwase mu no hu bibi se ya atenka be na wunyafa ho
me namba no kwasem ene se enema bi wo ho gifra santemamu a enye yi ha ebi eye amamre ene ya hofa ye ka amamre no ye ka ya hofa ho ye nkasa ye didie ene anamontu ne ma wodo bi a yedi no wasantemamo enti se baabi a wobehu Otumfuo bia no ne yehu Otumfuo se ode amamre ne amane na edi akire anase enema wodo bi a yebehu no bi eye ahofa ene enema wodo amamre dimu enkanka e wasantemamo nti baabi Otumfuo bewo bia na ho nti enya nwanwa se yehu no ye nanano mu a abetena se edi kan betena se wa ahofa ne wonema no ade ye nyina e kire asante amamre me ne
that's me nua be ma na say ye je o kase sei awo police atena ye kase mu wa ha na ye nso so posi amamre ye ntimi ento ntwene ene se ene awase ye tusa na ye kire ne ye so ye betimi aye ene na ye tusa papa ene awasatu ni mu no ye wie so a ye beda na di na na ebe hwe ye dwuma ye timi edie eno ni police kwan ya ye fa so na ye nso ye de awoho na ye de ema akwa aba enti se broni afa ne parade eno so ebekọ so na ye free ha ye bekọ bia ya dwuma die no ekọ so no ne akọfa eho amane bon so e de aba be somo ye tiefo
Get masi
as a professional nurse. She is a certified emergency nurse specialist, a skilled first aider, and trains individuals in life-saving techniques and procedures. She is also a talented broadcaster, hosting You and Your Health on GH Police TV. She worked with the GH Police TV at the Public Affairs Directorate and is now a staff instructor at the National Police Training School, Tesano, Accra. She is happily married with 2 children. Her hobbies are reading and cooking. That is the brief profile of the Guard Commander, Assistant Superintendent of Police, Kafui Ajim. In no time, we will be witnessing the arrival of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asantehene, to the National Police Headquarters forecourt for his maiden historic visit, with the sole aim of dialoguing with the police administration and strengthening security in our country.
na guswa wo hwe ewo kasafonyini so eye prosi esa yetu sana santana yetu ede ahye yenwura asantimawura otikokɔso enwenyam eno ana wo hwe no wo mfonyini eso no we eye de obroni be frɛ no all female parade eye prosi for man kwa nti ehyemo kena sɛ ne prosi for emema etimi ye no ya ma no so etimi ye kese pa menu aba Sergeant Benedicta ebetra so
abusunya se de menu aba makan no eno na etwago no awo ya mamre mu ene ya bakwase mu sen so na posi adwumako no ye ede ahoho enti se ne okan no eye emanko a ena omo eba ebeto sa na obi bebisa se esato no etise broni efre ne matching na yenso so ewo ye ha no asante kasem no ye besto abasawo e de ye nantini aka fom na ye de ahye ye nana eye Otumfuo Osei Tutu otoso mienu animonyam e de agena akwaba e de aba police atena ye kese mu ha
na dwumadie no ohwa ehuno se enye aprosifo nko ana atwahia ehuno ye nananamo ehemfo sene mpanyin kasa ahemfo kinye ebideda bi echi no ewo ahemfo kinye no ahodo bebre ye nananom ahodo efri asantimamu dodo no adi kan atenase sanso ana enkran poponi mantemu nso ehemfo dodo no atenase a wafa won ho no wafa de fefefe ede wani onyama beta adwumadie no echi
posi mpanimfo so atenase a ye posi sahene Mr. Christian Tetiyo no ono so abefa na egwa na ye police mpanimfo so so a omo ene no edidumabom eye members of the police management board omo nyina so atenase a ye twen ye Otumfuo Osei Tutu otoso mienu enim fefefe na ye hwe mfoni a etwagu ya eye ma fefe ahofefo a omo ye yiyi womo a omo ena ebeto sa na omo ede ache police amamre ede ama nana ene na hemfo a omo abayansahwe ene omo mfoni ena etwagu na mfoni a etwagu eye mpanimfo a omo ene ye posisa hene epam ebomu eye members of the police management board omo mfoni ena etwagu
eti ohwe sani amini aba Sergeant Benedicta eka ya na prosi adwuma akro no ba kronfo a eda no wonyina enso atenase a omo eboa osahene prosi sahene yenwura Christian Tetiyo no na waje Otumfuo Osei Tutu atikɔkɔso ababa na wama na kwa abade na ba fikesie mu sana yehwe yenuama no nso wa hofa ene sene wogina guard of honor na wode ehye Otumfuo enuonyam no hwe wone a hyeda ahwem ayi wone a wodi won huni won ho ofe pa ana enne wode atosa osano a wode eje yenana Otumfuo akwaba
posi adwuma yamamre eye fe eba esato eye parade ye ema na eye fe dodo enu nti ena yede emaba wa so nofo begina ho a omo ena eba ebeto safefefe ede aginana akwaba ede aba police atena ye kese mu ha na ye hwe ya kwantempon no so a senya ye beye ama ayefe na ye hu se posi ye adwumaden enti no ye hu se na edi posi fo agu akwan mu emiabia bia esese de bambo egu na ama bibia ewie toten no eno posi mpanifo de chese ye agu akwan mu a omo soso ginagina ho no ma omo nyina ehwe na ede ama Otumfuo Osei Tutu a otoso mienu akwaba
yenuama no parade nana yedaso guswa etwago ewo mfonyini so no so wo hwe ya na ya ha eye GH Police TV dwumadia wo hwe no eye otikɔkɔso Otumfuo Osei Tutu a otoso mienu asantimawura ye nana ena edwabo a ye bo edi amana kwaba ewo ne nsra hwe edikan a ode eba ewo prosi adwumakuo no atena ye kese mu ewo nkran poponi mantemu ha yenuama o twago sisi eye wone a eye de obroni be frɛ no guard of honor ɛyɛ enidie ɛkwan so a process adwuma no ɛfa ɛde ma wanhoho odimu akwaba ɛde wɔn ba omfi kɛseɛ mu ɛna ɛnɛ egu so a etwa gu ɛwɔ ne so no ɛyɛ ɛma ɛnkoa ɛna ɛde sɛ adwuma no sɛ nea meka yɛ no ne mɛma no yɛtumi yɛ no ɛma no tumi yɛ ɛma eburu so ɛnɛ wayɛ amana yɛ fɛfɛ pa wohwɛ wanhofa no wohwɛ sɛ nea wagyina hɔ no ma bɛpem saa bere ne wɔn satuo no mu a bibia de adanse sɛ yɛnuanom ɛmma no ɛbɔ mɔden yɛ pa menua brago
medase menua bɛma ɔdɔfo dwumadie a etwagu ɛwɔ GH Police TV na ɛsan so etwagu abɛfo ntentanfidie ahodoɔ no so ɛwɔ Facebook ɛnso so ɛyɛ Ghana Police Service dwumadie etwa egu wɔ hɔ nti so wafidie bɛnwa obetimi afa na wɔn so wahwɛ ɛwɔ hɔ nom Instagram so ɛyɛ ade a etwagu ɛwɔ hɔ ɛyɛ Ghana Police Service also obetimi ahwɛ na yɛkɔ YouTube nso a ɛhɔ so bi dwumadie etwagu ɛwɔ hɔ. Ewo abefo ntentan kro na so bia mu no okọ X a enkane na ye frɛ ne Twitter ɛhɔ so dwumade etwagu nti abusua for afidie no ɛto hɔ sɛ wo phone so ɛbɛ wɔn na sɛ ɛyɛ abefo de yi bia fa na ɛfa ɛto Ghana Police Service na hwɛ dwumade ɛfɛ na bɛma wate posi abakwasɛm so ase
saa nso ɛna yɛsrɛ sɛ ohwɛ yɛn so a obɛkyɛ ama foforɔ so ɛnsa kan bie unua ɔmmɛ wɔ no obetumi asɛnde ama no na ɔno nso nsa ka bi no nyina bɛhwɛ aba bɛhwɛ prosi amamrɛ ɛne amanne ahodoɔ bi a yɛyɛ ɛdegyi yɛ ahohoa odimu ɛwɔ yatra yɛkɛseɛ mu ɛha ebi ne deɛ ɛnɛ wohunu wɔ kasafonyini ɛso a ɛyɛ deɛ yɛyɛ ɛde ama ɔte kɔkɔɔ so asantemawura Otumfuo Osei Tutu akwaba ɛde aba ɛnkranpopo ne mantam mu a ɛyɛ prosi adwumakuo no atra yɛkɛseɛ emu nti wobɛtumi ahyɛ nso na wode ama foforɔ nso na ɔno nso ɛtumi ahwɛ adwumadie no a ɛtwa eguo no
yɛdase ɛno na akwasi bu ne bɛka sɛ hyɛ the link
and to remind ourselves that this ceremony is being carried live on GH Police TV. We are also live on DSTV channel 362. We are also live on all terrestrial channels. And we are also live on our Facebook handles, on Instagram, and also on X. As we await the arrival of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II.
God, stand down, high.
May I take the opportunity to acknowledge the presence of some traditional rulers who are here to grace the occasion. We are fortunate to have in our midst King Professor Oboade Noche Odaifio Welenchi III. He is the president of the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs and the Nungwa Manche. So you are welcome to this morning's historic ceremony. We also acknowledge the presence of Nene Tete Waka II, Pram Manche. He is also the Vice President of the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs. We have Ni Ahelele Nuno III. He is the Abola Manche. Oblimpon Weche Kojo II, English Alata Manche, Jamestown. You are welcome. Nene Osragbo Jama, the 7th, Ningo Manche. Na Abeka the 1st, Queen Mother of Abeka. Ni bote fio bote kwe afodi. The 2nd Divisional Chief of Nungwa. Ni Alabi Petempe, the 4th Divisional Chief Nungwa. Ni bote Okplen Jalensi, the 2nd Divisional Chief of Nungwa. Ni bote Sango, the 2nd Divisional Chief Nungwa. Na Kwale Nye, the 3rd Divisional Manye Nungwa. Others are Na Afoko Meni Maki, the 2nd Divisional Manye Nungwa. Na Momo Meni Efebo, the 2nd. We also have Asafwache Ayiku Totima, the 4th. We also have Nilayi Akwete, the 10th, Katamanso Manche. And we have Numo Te Nate, Paramount Chief. He is also the family head, Ningo Traditional Area. You are all welcome to the historic visit of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. Asante Hene.
Yegusua ewo atwemu yemu ede chen Otumfuo Osei Tutu a otoso mienu ewo police atena yekese mu eha na ohwe infoni a etwagu ya na yemma omo ebetu sa amayede agi Otumfuo akwaba aba atena yemu ha na womo ejina hwe.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we respectfully acknowledge the presence of former Inspectors General of Police, men whose leadership, sacrifice, and service laid very strong foundation for the Ghana Police Service as we know it today. We are deeply honored to have with us retired Inspectors General of Police, whose experience and legacy continue to inspire professionalism and excellence within the Ghana Police Service. In no particular order, we are privileged to have with us Inspector General of Police retired Mr. Patrick Kwarteng Echampong, Inspector General of Police retired Dr. John Kudalo, Inspector General of Police retired Mr. Opon Bueno, Inspector General of Police retired Nana Owusu-Nsia, Inspector General of Police retired Mr. David Asante Apietu. We also have with us this morning Commissioner of Police retired Mrs. Rose Bio Atenga, member of the Police Council. We also have with us this morning Commissioner of Police retired Mr. Nathan Kofi Boache, Director of Operations at the Presidency and member of the Police Council. With us this morning is also Commissioner of Police, Mrs. Mamiya Tiwara Dodankwa, Technical Advisor to the Minister for the Interior.
Hello. Others are Deputy Minister for the Interior, Honorable Ebenezer Oklete Telabi, is also here to grace the occasion. We also have the Chief Director at the Ministry for the Interior, Mrs. Doreen Penny Annan. She's also here to grace the occasion. We have the former Ashanti Regional Minister and former Chieftaincy and Culture Minister, Honorable S.K. Buafo, is also here to grace the occasion. And we have Alhaji Abdul Sinlia from Sync Global. You are all welcome to this morning's ceremony. This morning's historic visit by His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu is being carried live on GH Police TV. We are live on DSTV channel 362 and also live on all terrestrial channels. And we are also live on Facebook, live on Instagram, and we are also live on X.
I want to at this moment specially welcome the Inspector General of Police retired, Mr. Ernest Owusu Poku. Sir, you're welcome. Especially the presence of Commissioner of Police retired Reverend David Neni Ampabenyin, former Director General, Public Affairs Directorate. We also acknowledge the presence of all regional police commanders from across the 25 regions of the Ghana Police Service. We appreciate your presence and time with us this morning.
kanya ye say na ebo na enya bedru enti ye hwe santia ato a ebe ya na eye asante manwura ote kokoso Otumfuo na Osei Tutu otoso mienu one na hemfo na womo atusa fefefa omo ede esane aba bewura mu ewo police atina ye kese mu ha na se ne police abakwa sem esitie no ye hwa ye tibi hu se ne a policefoɔ ede moto eyi nkeche ewo kwan mu ede ama ye nana akwaba na chese eye fe posi yamamre ebino no yenuanom a womo etwi moto akese no se edru dwumadie se ya omo ede omo afidie no eyi nkeche na senia dwumadie wei eye abakwasem ewo police ya abakwasem no eno nti esese enne ye nea efe na yema asante manwura enso ehu se posi yenso ye wo adea oye
inu aba ne nyina na waka no ohwe senia ashen edi akotren na moto nso so edi akotren ewo posifo a edi enimo ehwe se asantima wura na kwanso be no jojo no baje na baba edi na beduro posi adwumakuo no aso ye kese mu ana efeke papa ekire obuo enini dia posi adwumakuo no ewo emde ma wan hoho a odimu akese pa nti ohwe a ye nuanom bi gina kwan no ho nyina okurakura tio nti baabi a Otumfuo beduru bia no watwa no puse baabi a obeduru bia no watwa no puse ne nyina ya kwan ye bekọ na ya ka akọhwe ye bekọ na ya akọhwe dwumadie no enkaye na etoaso no na afa ye de abremo baabi a mo wo bia
in offering security to the people of this country. And the Ghana Police Service recognizes that and collaborate a lot with our traditional rulers in order to improve our mandate. Shall we, with all humility, be upstanding to welcome His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asantehene, to the forecourt of the National Police Headquarters? His Royal Majesty is exchanging pleasantries with other traditional rulers and our invited guests. On behalf of the Inspector General of Police and members of the Police Management Board, we welcome His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asantehene, to the National Police Headquarters. Our friends from the media, please kindly pave way. Pave way, please kindly pave way and take your position at the designated place to allow the guard please, our friends from the media, kindly pave way, leave the space.
Royal salute!
Kindly please take your seat. Kindly let us take our seat. Let us now pave way for the guard commander to pay the appropriate compliment to His Royal Majesty as we continue with the rest of the program. Please kindly be on your feet as we take the general salute.
Royal salute! Present arms!
Please kindly take your seat as the guard commander, assistant superintendent of police, Kafui Ajiman, marching briskly towards His Royal Majesty to invite him to inspect the guard of honor, mounted to pay the appropriate courtesy to His Royal Majesty.
Good morning, Your Royal Majesty. Guard of honor formed up, made up of one other officer, 96 rank and file, with the police ceremonial band in attendance, ready for inspection. Assistant Superintendent of Police, Kafui Ajiman, reporting Your Royal Majesty.
Guard Commander has invited the Royal Majesty to inspect the guard mounted to pay the appropriate courtesy We are reminded that this program, this ceremony is being broadcast live on GH Police TV, on DSTV channel 362, And we are also live on all terrestrial channels. We're live on Facebook, we are live on Instagram, and we are also live on X. Majesty is inspecting the all-female guard mounted to pay the appropriate courtesy for his historic visit to the National Police Headquarters. The guard commander is Assistant Superintendent of Police, Kafui Ajiman. She is ably supported by Assistant Superintendent of Police, Joyce Ofori, our guard Sergeant Major is in the person of PW Sergeant Juliana Akowa. And also to support the guard is the police band conducted by Deputy Superintendent of Police Felix Osei Mabua. The bandmaster is Chief Inspector Watson Bryan. And the drum major is Chief Inspector Daniel Adam. His Royal Majesty has just finished with the inspection of the guard and now walking towards the days
Your Royal Majesty, inspection over. May I please have your permission to march off the guard? Yes, Your Royal Majesty.
The guard commander, Assistant Superintendent of Police Kafui Ajima, has sought permission from His Royal Majesty to march off the guard, and same has been granted.
Show dead out. Royal salute.
Shall we please be upstanding to take the royal salute?
Dead out. Show dead out. In close ordered march.
Please kindly take your seat. Thank you.
4, 3 rounds. God will march up in column of fruits. Move to the right in columns of fruits. Right turn. God, by the left, quick march.
That is the guard commander, Assistant Superintendent of Police Kafui Ajiman, marching off the guard, signifying that the appropriate compliment has been paid to His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asantehene. Also supporting the guard this afternoon
Right.
is the police band conducted by Deputy Superintendent of Police Felix Osei Mabua. The band master is Chief Inspector Goksin Crime. Our drum major is Chief Inspector Daniel Ada. Indeed, historic. That is an all-female guard of honor. All-female guard of honor. Adam to the Police Band, conducted by DSP Felix Ofin Osei Mabua. Let's give it to them. Indeed, they've done well. At this point, we will take the next item on the program, which is the welcome remarks, and that will be given by the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yohuno. A round of applause, please.
Otumfuo Nana Satehini Otikoko so Yemawu Akwaba. That is the literature I can speak. Yemawu Akwaba. Your Royal Majesty, Otumfuo Tutu II, the President of the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs, King Professor Odaifio Welechi III Nugwamanche, representatives of the President of the Ghana Traditional Council, members of the Police Council, retired Inspectors General of Police, Deputy Interior Minister, Honorable Ebenezer Okete Tel Abi, the Chief Director at the Ministry of Interior, Mrs. Doreen Annan, Director of Operations at the Presidency, COP Mr. Kofi Boachi retired, the Technical Advisor to the Minister of Interior, Mrs. Mamiya Adodankwa, members of the Police Management Board, Nananom, Nime, Name, senior officers and men, the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with profound honor, humility, and great national pride that we welcome His Majesty, the Asantehene, and his entourage to the Ghana Police Headquarters today. Words alone cannot fully express the joy and privilege we feel in witnessing and hosting the great Asante Kingdom on this historic visit. This gesture is not only symbolic, it is unprecedented, a moment that will be engraved permanently in the institutional memory of the Ghana Police Service, and indeed in the annals of our nation's security architecture. Your Majesty, ladies and gentlemen, today's gathering invites us to revisit history. Long before the advent of modern European-style policing, African societies, particularly the Asante Kingdom, had well-established systems of law, order, and justice. The Ahifie policing system, administered through the Ashanti courts, was one of the earliest forms of organized policing in this land. These traditional mechanisms ensure social order, dispute resolution, and community safety through customs deeply understood and respected by the people. With the introduction of colonial policing, these indigenous systems were not erased, but rather blended into emerging state structures. The fusion of traditional authority with modern policing concepts helped shape the policing we know in Ghana today. Your Majesty, Nime, Name, ladies and gentlemen, as the revered occupant of the Golden Stool, you have not only preserved these values, but also modernized and strengthened them. Your consistent support for the Ghana Police Service, especially in the Ashanti region, has been both fatherly and exemplary. I recall that you have hosted several Inspectors General of Police and police leadership over the years, offering counsel, guidance, and encouragement, with doors always open to us. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Chief Constable of this country, I must commend Your Majesty and highlight your role in peace building and conflict resolution, which has had a profound impact on national security. Mentioning your exceptional mediation skills, which have restored peace in numerous conflicts across our nation, compels me to describe you as the King Solomon of our time. Your wisdom, patience, and moral authority have brought calm where tension once prevailed, and unity where division once threatened our peace. Specifically, you chair the Committee of Eminent Chiefs that successfully resolved the long-standing Dagbon chieftaincy crisis, restoring peace and stability to the area. Your mediation efforts in Yendi, and more recently in the protracted Boku conflict, to mention a few, have yielded practical recommendations that continue to guide security operations. Today, the relative calm in Boku has significantly enhanced policing efforts and community confidence. It is worth noting that chiefs, as custodians of land, culture, and customs, remain indispensable partners in maintaining law and order. In this regard, Your Majesty, you have personally intervened in numerous land and chieftaincy disputes in the Ashanti region, restoring sanity, reducing violence, and making policing more effective. These actions reaffirm the constitutional recognition of chieftaincy under the 1992 Constitution, which recognizes traditional authority as an integral part of Ghana's governance system. In the context of illegal mining, your directive urging chiefs to take firm action against it in their jurisdictions demonstrate the continued relevance of traditional leadership in addressing modern security challenges, and this is emulating. Your Royal Majesty, beyond peace and security, your contribution to national development is monumental. Through your humanitarian support to the helpless through the Otumfuo Education Fund, thousands of vulnerable but brilliant students across Ghana have received opportunities to pursue education. As Chancellor of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Your Majesty continues to bridge tradition and academia, ensuring that cultural heritage coexists with innovation and research. In the area of culture, diaspora relations, and global influences, you are a global symbol of African culture. Through cultural preservation, initiatives such as the Menchia Palace Museum and your engagement with the African diaspora, you have projected Ashanti and the Ghanaian culture far beyond our borders. These efforts have strengthened diaspora relations, enhanced Ghana's international profile, promoted tourism, and positioned our tradition as subjects of global academic and cultural study. Your Majesty, your presence at the police headquarters today marks a turning point. This historic honor is one that the Ghana Police Service and our fellow citizens hold in the highest esteem and do not take it lightly. The Ghana Police Service recognizes that over time, we have relied excessively on imported European policing systems. This visit challenges us to return to history, re-embrace indigenous knowledge systems, and strengthen community and tradition-based policing. Let me say that your visit today will deepen cooperation between the Ghana Police Service and the traditional authorities across the country, not only within the Ashanti Kingdom, but nationwide. Your address today will serve as a blueprint and working document for strengthening relations between law enforcement and traditional governance. Moving forward, the police service will study and integrate traditional culture, customs, and local governance systems into our training, orientation, and reorientation programs. This will help the average police officer better understand the socio-cultural dynamics of the communities we serve and police more effectively with empathy, respect, and legitimacy. Your Majesty, your visit is a great honor to every man and woman in the Ghana Police Service. It will leave a lasting legacy, not only in brick and mortar, but in mindset, policy, and practice. We reaffirm our commitment to upholding state laws while respecting customary laws, and to build a security system that reflects the history, culture, and aspirations of Ghanaian people. May this historic visit mark the beginning of a deeper, enduring partnership between the Ghana Police Service and the Transitional Authority for Peace, Development, and National Unity. Once again, we thank you, Your Majesty, for this royal visit and the honor done us. God bless the Ashanti Kingdom. God bless our traditional authorities. God bless the Ghana Police Service. And God bless our beloved country, Ghana. Thank you very much.
Hello. Thank you very much, Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Teteyohunu, for the welcome remarks. We will now invite the police band to give us a musical interlude. Thank you. Majority of them cannot.
What do you want? You want a microphone? Okay.
Thank you very much, police band. With all humility, may I invite His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asantehene, to give his address. A round of applause, please.
The Inspector General of Police, Dr. Christian Tete Yohono, the President of the Regional House of Chiefs of Greater Accra, my dear brother, senior officers and men and women of the Ghana Police Service here assembled, traditional rulers here assembled, distinguished guests, fellow citizens of our beloved Republic. Manshia has been pleased to enjoy a productive working relationship with the Ghana Police Service over the years. But this is the first time we have had the opportunity of visiting what I will call the engine room or the heartbeat of the service, thanks to the initiative. Thanks to the initiative and kind invitation of our son, the Inspector General of Police. We are deeply humbled by the extraordinary courtesies extended to us this morning. watching the ladies parade. I thought I should have worn my police dress to be here. I'll plead of the IGP to give me a police dress so next time when I come, I can be a policeman. But this honor is not intended to me alone, but duly shared with the entire community of traditional rulers who are the guardians of culture. I'm pleased to be joined by NI President and other traditional council members. I hope they share this honor with all of us. It is truly inspiring to survey the amazing lineup of the top brass who not only make up the entire command of the Ghana Police Service, but represent over a century of dedicated and exceptional service to the nation. And whilst I was walking in, I saw former IGPs that I've dealt with, and I'm glad that they are here today. Interestingly, as far back as getting to 27 years, my first police ADC, I saw him now, husband rating, he's now Nana from Bonketia. He was my first ADC who was looking after me. 26 years ago. I don't know what rank he has now, but he was my ADC at Meshia at that time. This is not a routine or a mere ceremonial visit. It is intended to be a landmark event, marking a moment in history where two ancient responsibilities meet to begin a momentous conversation. The guardianship of values and the enforcement of law. One institution draws its authority from ancestral memory. The other draws its mandate from the Constitution. Yet both exist for one sacred task, the preservation of order, dignity, and peace in society. Before we proceed upon the historic journey, let me, in the spirit of the new year, convey a message of glad tidings to the gallant men and women who make up the Ghana Police Service. We come with abiding gratitude to each member of the service, from the lowest constable to the top leadership gathered here today, for your selfless sacrifices to keep us safe over the years. And we bring you hope for progress and prosperity in the years to come. The Ghana Police Service is one of the institutional legacies bequeathed to us by our former colonial rulers. From the first Ghanaian who took over the mantle of leadership from the departing colonial commander, the highly distinguished Erasmus Ransford Tewia Majite, to the energetic leadership assembled here today. The police service has gone through many challenging epochs. Changing political circumstances have impacted on the service in different ways. But it is fair to say that through it all, the service has maintained a level of commitment and professionalism we should be proud of. Whenever and wherever you have been called upon to undertake international duties, you have acquitted yourselves with full credit. The greatest pride of Ghanaians today is that our nation is recognized in the world as an oasis of peace in an environment of turbulence. The international community widely acclaims us for the safety in our streets. If we take pride in our climate of peace and accept the plaudits of the world for the safety in our streets, we cannot fail to acknowledge the crucial role of the frontline protectors of our peace and security. When we snuggle in our comfortable beds at night, we cannot forget that there are thousands of our sons and daughters battling with mosquitoes while dutifully protecting us from the snares of criminal minds. And while we trudge along our motorways, whether in our shining limousines or the humble trotro or aboboya and praja, we cannot forget that there are again thousands of our sons and daughters keeping guard in the most inhospitable spots just to make sure we arrive safely at our destinations. The truth is not in us if we fail to acknowledge that we owe a huge debt of gratitude to the blue uniform for the safety we cherish. So today we say Aiko to the police for faithful service to the nation. Aiko for your selfless sacrifices in the most difficult terrains. Aiko for the safety in our streets. And Aiko for selflessly standing guard while we sleep. As I have already mentioned, the Ghana Police Service is one of the legacies of our colonial past. But long before the first police uniform was sewn, communities had learned how to live together. Before courts were built, disputes were settled. Before statutes were written, wrong was already understood. Custom was the first law. Culture was the first constitution. It taught restraint before punishment, responsibility before rights, and harmony before victory. It reminded people that their actions did not end with themselves, that every deed echoed through family, lineage, and memory. In those days, a child feared disappointing an elder more than facing authority. A man thought twice before wrongdoing, not because of arrest, but because shame will outlive him. Conduct was shaped long before crime could take root. That is the quiet power of culture. When culture is strong, crime struggles to breathe. When culture collapses, law enforcement is forced to compensate. No number of officers, no matter how disciplined, no matter how well equipped, can replace a society that has lost its moral compass. Law enforcement functions best where people already believe that order is worth protecting. This is why we have been pleased to join hands with Dr. Yuno, the Inspector General of Police, to initiate this conversation. It has been most useful at this point in time to engage with an IGP steeped in history and culture and able to appreciate the essential interplay between the two. He is aware of the extent to which the colonial authorities relied on traditional authorities for the maintenance of law and order. Indeed, you know that the British were content to make domestic law and order a joint function between law enforcement and traditional rulers. When the Asante Nation became part of the new nation state of the Gold Coast, the Asante was allowed to keep and maintain his own police. Ahimfie police had all the authority of the colonial police well into the onset of independence. Along the original Gold Coast colony, one of the most eminent chiefs was Nene Azuma Tekole, the corner of Menyakrobo, who in his life played a key role in the preservation of law and order. It is no wonder that Kroboland gave us the first Ghanaian head of the police, the eminent Teria Majite, who was to go on to serve as leader of opposition in parliament. And it is no surprise that the seed of the past continues to flower in our incumbent IGP. The lessons of history suggest that we can build a safer, more peaceful society by conscious effort to bring the guardians of culture and the protectors of law ever closer together to create an interlocking mechanism based on the cardinal principle that culture cannot do without the police and the police cannot succeed without culture. Culture without law becomes nostalgia, beautiful stories with no teeth. Law without culture becomes false, effective but brittle. One shapes the heart, the other restrains the hand. A society that restrains only the hand while neglecting the heart merely postpones disorder. As the king and embodiment of one of Africa's great enduring cultures, I've seen culture at its finest, and I have also seen it at its worst. I've opened up the deliberations of Asanteman and our traditional councils to the global media so the world can see how genuine customs resolves disputes peacefully, preserving relationships and dignity. I've also seen how distorted tradition may be used to justify violence and impunity. What we have seen and done reinforces my belief that when authority, traditional or otherwise, employs disorder as a tool, it has abandoned legitimacy. custom was never designed to protect criminals. It was designed to prevent crime. Every culture in Ghana provides a formula for resolving disputes, and it is only when our fidelity to cultural values fail that disorder takes over. True tradition aligns with justice. It does not compete with it. This is why the role of the Ghana Police Service is indispensable. I recall that Christian only recently assumed the position of Inspector General of Police under a cloud at a time when public expectations of the police were high and patience was thin. Within this short period, the impact of leadership has been felt, and we see a style reflecting the essential element in law enforcement: calm authority anchored in professionalism. The greatest victory of law enforcement is prevention, and prevention begins long before police sirens sound. It begins in homes, and it begins in homes where discipline is taught, in communities where elders are respected, in cultures where wrongdoing is socially discouraged before it becomes legally punishable. This is where culture performs its most important work. In a society where values are strong, the police officer is not viewed as an adversary, but as a partner. The uniform commands respect not because it carries force, but because it represents shared principles. Now imagine a society where values have collapsed. In such a place, the police officer becomes a symbol of oppression. The law becomes an external imposition, and crime becomes defiance masquerading as freedom. The difference between the two societies is not the number of laws on the books, it is the presence or absence of culture. It should be obvious to us, therefore, that the alignment of cultural values with the values of law should be the first step towards crime prevention. Our visit today sets us up on a journey towards crystallizing the alignment of values and sends a powerful national message. The tradition and modern law enforcement are not rivals struggling for relevance. They are collaborators safeguarding the same future. When traditional authority respects legal authority, communities stabilize. When police respect local customs, cooperation deepens. When both communicate openly, crime loses its hiding place. If law alone can save society, then countries with the thickest law books will have no problems, no prisons at all. Yet even prisons have rules and still require values. The truth is simple, even if uncomfortable. No society can outsource morality entirely to the state and expect peace. Together, we must raise citizens, not just enforce laws. Therefore, I have come to join you to call together for deeper institutionalized collaboration between traditional authorities and the Ghana Police Service. Let chiefs serve as allies in community policing. Let officers be trained to understand the customs of the people they protect. Let dialogue precede deployment and mediation precede confrontation. This is not softness, it is intelligence. The future of public order lies not in louder sirens, but in stronger values, supported by competent, disciplined law enforcement. We hope the conversation we begin today will culminate in some institutional arrangement which should guarantee effective and respectful collaboration. You will no doubt be aware that among the guardians of traditions, we are fortunate to have eminent men like my own brother Togwe Sri, the Omefia of Alo, who before his entombment was one of the highest ranking police officers, and he even served in Ashanti. You can have every assurance about the presence of a vast community of guardians of culture, ready to connect with you for a new era in nation building. We have conveyed our message of hope and progress to the Ghana Police Service. We have assured you of our gratitude for your faithful service and selfless sacrifices for our protection and safety. But we cannot conclude without acknowledging persistent public disquiet about lapses that undermine discipline and engender mistrust. We have to admit, however, attractive the arguments may be, there's going to be more than a mountain to climb if we ignore public concerns about police values. I have always believed that the discipline and the values instilled during training by the police and military shapes one for a lifetime. No one who goes through the training is ever in doubt about what the uniform represents and the values they profess to uphold when they bear the coat of arms. So it is puzzling, to say the least, when Ghanaians see men in uniform act publicly in a manner which evidently compromises the integrity of the service. They provide an escape route to doubters who will argue that if the men of the disciplined service cannot maintain their values, how can they expect civil society to be able to do so? As we embark on this journey together, we will urge you, IGP, and your devoted colleagues to seriously tackle issues affecting police integrity and public trust. It may well be necessary to reinforce or upscale the values you include in your men, so they are left in no doubt. Whatever they do which compromises the integrity of the police also dishonor the uniform and the coat of arms they bear. I also hope that you work towards making the service politically neutral. There will always be one government responsible for the state of Ghana, and as the police service of the state, you are sworn to be unalloyed in your loyalty to the government. But there must be a line drawn between the government and a political party, and I believe both government and the service will find it in their common interest for the police to be manifestly pursuing law enforcement with bias towards none, but without fear or favor, affection or ill will. When I survey the galaxy of agile men and women assembled before me today, I'm filled with confidence that you are up to any challenge that the year may throw up. And I encourage you to stick together in continued dedication to the upliftment of the service. To you, Dr. Christian Tetenyoro, the IGP, I commend your leadership and encourage you to continue steering the service with firmness, fairness, and foresight. The work you have begun will outlive your tenure if anchored in values. Custodians of tradition, Nime, let us preserve our customs not as relics of nostalgia, but as living systems that cultivate discipline, peace, and justice. And to every citizen, remember that the destiny of this nation is shaped not only by laws passed in Parliament, but by conduct practiced in homes. When culture stands upright, crime bends low. When culture walks with law, society walks in peace. May the year 2026 bring all of us peace, charity, joy, and prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, for your address. Thank you very much. At this point, the next item on the group photograph, I will call on our protocol department to take responsibility of the group photograph. Thank you very much. We've come to the end of this afternoon's program. The second part will also take place soon. Thank you. All personnel, please remain seated. You will be served here. Remain seated as our dignitaries will take leave of us. will have a meeting with all of us. Thank you.
Obini manga walupa munkobi walutoma minyesi da bontobi ashade obini manga sama tu kofi with the prison mamulu zontoli tarado obini ankamielo lima mushishobi makama sama chile lupo minyobia onteo pasemi kamielo lima mushishobi obi mama munyu machila lupo minyobia onteo adubu ilanyaka erane nyaka adubu ilanyaka erane nyaka Okuyanda sustili yengu wasoko wana kube musu we makeni je yaden musu wasted mdama sustili wongu jadi wandu amiti wandu anadide sema yadida na wane wancheche na wale kanchi nyamadugu yado nasuni na etumu ambe sefide sufu efide bubu makofi mulu cruzi na mitra savena irade nyawa waya ya mantasi nyawanka au jade nyawa shohinu bakwe nyawanka adubu ila nyawanka irade nyawanka mama ayabobi mamu wantama ayabwambaya bobi makofiate mama ayabobi mamu wantama ayabwambaya bobi makofiate mama malai mamenye uwa mama kani na chilawa wala mamenye uwa mama kani na chilawa wala senye binoyo sembo binoyo oya semo ashiye ya na yele Shamyo tamfuni di binyimno Intakano mputi paka musu Nanso tamfuni yankuna ya musume yankuna Baba beti basam no di mulubokono Ufinyi pande Wawa hanifi abusiana Uchaha Yendo Waya Nyawanka Didi Dumula Nyawanka